Today is a day that I'm excited about. This is going to be the first time in 5 or 10 years today that I am setting eggs in an incubator. Now, let me explain. I used to be really big into incubating eggs all the way back from when I was a teenager, and I just haven't done it recently. And today I'm heading out to our barn because we are going to collect some geese eggs. Right there's our geese. We have American buff geese. We have 4 of them. They live out here on a 4-acre pasture. We don't feed them. Very, very, very low maintenance. They're just really fun to have around. But anyways, right there they are. And what's happened is every year around March 1st, they lay eggs. And, usually what ends up happening is they go broody, and we let them go broody and they have baby chicks. We decided this year, due to kind of our setup and stuff, that we're just gonna collect the eggs and incubate them. Oh, they're coming out here. They're not happy with me. But anyways, they started laying eggs out here, and at that time we didn't realize what we were gonna do. After there was like 5 or 6 eggs, they're really loud. We decided that we were like, hey, we should incubate the eggs. And I haven't done it in a long time. I had to buy the Goose trays from an automatic egg turner. And there was just some different things. So we made the executive decision, instead of collecting the eggs every day, we were just gonna let them build up to the amount of eggs that our turner holds. The reason we did that is because A, there was already eggs here, like I said, 5 or 6 of them. And B, when you're storing the eggs in your basement or whatever, getting ready to incubate them, you've got to turn them and all that. And I kind of was just like, you know what? We have a camera out here, and we can watch them. And, the geese go in here and they turn the eggs and do all that stuff. So I'm like, just let them do that. And then when we're ready, we'll get all the eggs. The one goose is several years old. The other, this would have been its first year laying eggs. So I don't think it was quite laying as much. Anyways, we counted the other day and there were 16, and our incubator holds 19. And so now it's been several days since we counted 16. So there's probably, seems to me like there should for sure be 19 in here. If you guys are interested, provided we have a good hatch, we are going to be selling these. So if you're local and around here and you're interested, shoot us an email. I found 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 eggs. And the turner holds 19, so perfect. So I'll give you a little introduction to our setup, but first I want to show you our baby chicks. This is 2025, and I don't know if you guys have heard of the chick shortage and with the avian flu, and everybody's going to buy chickens because the price of eggs is going up so much, and it's incredible. I think we have like 17 or 18 chickens in here. This is an old IBC tote bladder. It works as an amazing brooder. It's waterproof and all that. It's awesome. But anyways, we got those in there. But yeah, my wife had to, you couldn't mail order chickens. It was like, we're in March now, and it was like July, August, time frame on getting chicks. Tractor Supplies, you had to be there right when the chickens arrived. You had to call and see when they were getting them. So my wife did that, and then there ends up being a line of 20 people, and all the chickens are sold out in like 10 minutes, and it was crazy. So we're lucky to have these 18 birds. This is a Hova-Bator Genesis 1588 incubator. This is amazing. And I'll tell you why. If you're used to, I grew up using the little giant incubators where, we're talking 20 plus years ago, where you had a little dial on the top, manual dial, and you had to turn it, and if you just turned it, 1/100th of a turn, it might fluctuate the temperature 2 degrees. And then you had to sit there and watch it and all this and all that. This is totally different. This incubator, most all of them now are digital. So that's not the super crazy thing, but this one just holds a really tight temperature. So let's see if you can read that. So it says set temps 100, incubator temp. Well, let me let it go through again. Set temps 100, incubator temps 100, humidity is 45%. There's the goose eggs I got, the goose trays I got down in there. I've got all the trays for it too, guys. I've got the goose racks. I've got quail and chicken racks in here. As I figured I'd bring you over here and show you what I got down here in the basement. I got 2 little giant still air incubators, one there and one right here. And it's got that little dial on it and all that. That thing's probably 25 years old. I'm so glad we don't use that technology anymore. But I've got the automatic egg turner for those incubators. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's a turner to go with. So I have 2 incubators and 2 turners for the little giants down here. One of the really cool things about the Hova-Bator incubator is it's a 12-volt incubator. So yes, it plugs up to your wall outlet standard configuration, but it's actually running on 12 volts. And the plug, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a break in the plug here. This unplugs. And then I bought for it, it's an accessory, but it's a set of alligator clips that plugs into that. And like if you lose power or something like that, you can run this thing off of a car battery. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just write a number on each of these eggs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I don't know, like because they laid these eggs outside and I didn't collect them, I don't know which ones are newer or older. So usually like egg 1 would be older than egg 14. You know, for an example. Right now, I'm just assigning them a number, so when I go to candle them, we'll be able to make notes on that. First issue I ran across was normally, when you don't have goose racks in here, I take this and I can fill up the water trough. But these are so big, I can't get down in there and do it. But that's why I have this. It's a battery hydrometer. That's never been used for that. It's brand new, or was brand new when I started using it for this. But you can use anything like this, a syringe or anything. But anyways, just get your water in there. I tell you, it is not much room with those big goose racks. I could go down through that hole, but I don't want to do that because when there's eggs in here, I wouldn't be able to do that anyways. So I want to get used to doing it like this. I guess actually, you know what? The trough goes right here. It goes up and around and it U's right here. It doesn't go under this one. So I can actually fill the trough really easily right here. And this thing has 4 troughs. It says to use just trough 1 during all the days before lockdown, which is the last 3 days. So I'm gonna do that because that's what I did before at this incubator and it did good. Let's go ahead and set these guys. I have disinfected everything when I set all this up. So let's see if they fit in there first off. Boy, I tell you, okay. Yeah. They do. Almost seems like they got to be slanted. Slanted, they fit perfect, so I think that's how they go. But it puts the small end up. See that? But yeah, they fit perfect. I was a little worried, but they don't go just straight down. They go slanted. This is cool, guys. I haven't done this, like I say, it's probably been 8, 9, 10 years, I would say, for sure. One of the reasons I got out of incubating is because, yes, it's fun. Yes, it's mystical, watching it all happen and all that. But I got more into just, you know, when I was younger, as a teenager 20 years ago, you couldn't get as many chickens sexed. You could get some, but not all of them like you can now. Now you can get about any breed you want sexed. And to me, I'd rather pay a few dollars more per chicken and just know I'm getting hens. So that's what I've been doing the last several years, because when you hatch in an incubator, it's straight run, right? I'm gonna look in the book to make sure that small end should be up like that. Maybe it goes opposite. I'm gonna look in the book and I'll come back at you if it's different. So my intuition was correct. I just got done looking, and I know when you hatch chicken eggs or anything like that, you put the large end up. That's where the air sac is, but with this arrangement here, I wasn't quite sure what to do, but it is correct. I need to have the large end slightly elevated. So I just need to go around and do this. They fit in there like that, so it's made for that. And it's supposed to mimic how the eggs set in kind of a concave nest. The large end would kind of be up like this. Now, as to why, you know, in nature, chicken eggs are not just straight up vertical, but you hatch them that way, I don't know. And when I say you hatch them that way when you use an automatic turner. I'm gonna throw the top on this thing. It's 6:30 in the evening, so tomorrow will be day 1. Tomorrow, if you want to follow along with this hatch, will be March 27th. So one last check-in. I'm gonna put the top on. Right here's the eggs. If I come over here, try to get you a view, but you can see how they kind of set in there at a slight angle with the large end up. So anyways, but I'll tell y'all what makes me so excited, and you just don't realize this unless you've ever used one of the old school style incubators. But just being able to set that top on there like that and walk away and go upstairs and know that that thing's gonna go right to 100 degrees or whatever you have it set at. It is just amazing. With those other incubators from years and years ago, you had the little dial, and if I did that right there, it could go back 2 to 3 degrees off from where you had it when you took the lid off. Welcome back. So it is now 10 days later, and give you a little update. So the incubator, amazing. I mean, you can take the lid off 100 times, you can do whatever you want, and this thing will always go back to temperature. I did, as soon as I filmed that last piece 10 days ago, I moved the temperature down to 99.5, because one thing is, I read goose eggs should be 99 to 99.5. So I did that. I also checked my temperature with this highly accurate thermometer. When this one said 99.5, that one said 99.1. So we are good. Let me give you a little update on our baby chicks. They have really grown. Look, they come up to you for mealworms. But anyways, there they are. What I'm gonna do is candle these eggs tonight. We'll see what we got. I mean, I have no idea, guys. I have no idea what we're looking at with fertility and that kind of thing. But it's funny. This will show you how long it's been since I've incubated. When I incubated, well, let me show you what I used. All right, so this is my homemade candler that I made many, many years ago, probably 20 years ago, maybe even more. But it's a heat lamp with not a heat lamp bulb in it. The coffee can turned upside down. I think that's a plastic lid with aluminum foil around it and cardboard and a hole. And this thing has candled many, many eggs. I read a website, and it was like, I think I was looking up something for the geese, and it said It was just talking, you know, teaching people how to incubate and stuff. And it was like, don't worry about buying a candler. Every one of you probably has something in your pocket that will work. And that is a cell phone with the flashlight. So I'm gonna try that. I did it on a chicken egg just a second ago in the dark and it worked great. We'll see how it does on these. If it doesn't work, I'll have to use that bigger candler. But anyways, guys, let's dive into this. I'm curious to see what we got. Oh, I also meant to say, remember how I said I couldn't get to the things to add water over here? That's because I found this out like the next day after I filmed that piece, but that plastic bottom should have been turned this way, and the bigger parts to add water would have been over here, and it would have been accessible. But I've just been using that that little thing I had there, and it works perfect. Got the light on. Hopefully y'all can see. It's probably the biggest thing. But we'll pull this out. Egg 1 is down here. You have the light on?
I do.
Yep. Look at that. Hope y'all can see that. Egg 1's good. Egg 2. Good, look at that. By the way, these cell phones are the perfect candler. Ain't that something? Egg 3. Oh yeah, look at that. I think we're past the stage, because I'm on day 10. I think we're past seeing like the veins and stuff. This is egg 4. Oh yeah. Hope you guys can see that. See, it's clear, not clear. Egg 5. A lot smaller. That might have been a quitter. I think egg 5's not good. It also looks like that smaller new goose that we have. So that might be a thing. Egg 6. Look at that.
Oh, you can see the actual.
She said you can see.
See the dark?
Yeah, there's a dark spot right there.
You can see veins on this one.
You can see veins on this one.
Probably won't come up on your.
Ain't that something with the cell phone, I tell you. Okay.
That's 6.
That's 6 is good. 7. Good. Look at that. 7's good. I'm just trying to fly through these guys. 8. Good. 9. Good. Look at that. Hope you can really see that clear spot, and then that. There's a dark spot right there.
The dark spot.
Point to the dark spot, Laura.
See it over the top.
Yeah, okay. Egg 9. This is the new goose. So it's a lot smaller. It's probably not good. Nope, that one's good. Look at that.
Well, that first one that we checked for being fertile or not, we took a small one and it was.
Yeah, we tried one of these small ones, put it in a frying pan, and it was fertile. So anyways, that one's growing. Look, you can see that moving around. Look at that. Okay, egg 10. Good, that's from the new goose. Egg 11, good. Wow, boy, we're really, this is good. Geese eggs typically, you know, are a little harder than chicken eggs. That was 11.
10 was good.
Yeah. Egg 12. Good. Look at that. There you go. 12 is good. Sorry guys if I'm not like explaining stuff and all that, but I'm trying to get through this fast.
That's new goose.
New goose and, you know, new goose, smaller egg, and it's good. Look at that right there. Okay. Well, we know the new goose looks like she's capable of having goslings even though their eggs are smaller. Egg 14, good. It's lighter, but there is a difference. Look at that. 14's good. 15, new goose, small egg, good. Look how good that comes up, guys, with my cell phone. I mean, that is just unbelievable. That's egg 15, good. Egg 16, looks like new goose. Small egg, good. Look at that.
That one looks, I mean it is, but look how much smaller that.
Yeah, I mean you can see there's a definitive light and dark right there. And I can see the middle embryo right there, it looks like. Does seem a little not as dark, but we'll see. New goose again, egg 17. See how much darker that one is? Same goose, but egg 17. Okay, done. We'll call that one good. Egg 18. I can't tell, almost looks like the new goose to me too. Smaller egg.
She laid them.
But anyways, that one's good. Look at that. That's 18. Well,
Looks like all of those were.
we can get these hatching. This is a new goose too. We can get these hatching, we'll be good. There you go. Again, these eggs are not in chronological order. And I think why I'm getting to all the new goose eggs at the end here is because I tried to not put as many in this thing. So when I got to the later eggs, I had to use some. That was egg 19 good. Wow, all right guys, that was awesome. Got the eggs back in, that literally took 10 minutes. The cell phone candler, amazing. No point in doing anything else. Day 10 goose eggs, not good, 1. Good was everything else. 18 divided by 19 gives you 95%. They call that fertile. But it could just mean, I mean, you could have had an egg stop grow. It could have been fertile, but stopped growing at day 2, you know. Well, that is the day 10 checkup on these eggs. I'm ecstatic. I mean, having a 95% moving on in the next step on the incubator, you know, capable of actually hatching, that's awesome. Like, that's great. All right, guys, so day 10 is done. Next checkup with you guys, I'm gonna do a day 20. I'm gonna do day 10, 20, and like 30 going into lockdown or something. Might be like day 28 or something going into lockdown because geese take the 28 to 35 days to hatch. So that was kind of how I was doing it, kind of cutting it in thirds. Same way you do with chickens, 7, 14, 21, you know. So anyways, next checkup will be day 20. Hopefully we have the same positive results. With that said, I will put some videos up here that I think y'all might enjoy. If you decide to check them out, I'll meet you over there. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next time.